Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to a brand new day and a brand new moment, because every day is a brand new day and every moment a brand new moment. Today I have with me the energy of Master Jesus, who wanted to discuss the concept of what you let your mind think. And we're going to get into that in a few minutes, but we'll give everybody a chance to come and join us. As I said, it is literally a brand new day. It doesn't matter where you are, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, this moment, this now is brand new. And so good morning. Hi, good to see you. Hi, Drusilla. I'm glad you made it this morning. It's very exciting what we're going into right now. The possibilities for humanity are exquisite and terrifying at the same time, because we're poised between two functional realities: the reality of love and the reality of fear, and the polarity of the two working together. Good morning. Hi. Good to see you, Lisa. Hi, Tiffany. Amanda. Hello, Kira. Hello, Mama and Eloise, one of my subscribers on TikTok. Good morning. Good morning, Darshari. Good morning, everybody. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what your thoughts are on this day. If you like any of the content or information you receive from the message today, please remember to like, subscribe, and share this information with other people. Give the video a thumbs up. Share the live event with people that you really care about. We are at a very important time in our collective history, and I'm really excited and pumped. And there's such an intense flow of energy on this planet. People don't understand, or very few people understand, that we are literally being injected, I'll say, with energy from the sun, literally. And there are advocates in the realm of humanity that are influencing humanity in ways that aren't necessarily productive. But this energy from the sun that everybody's receiving, there is no human soul on this planet, rich or poor, good or evil, that is able to evade or escape this energy that's coming to the planet in larger and larger forms of intensity. We call these energies ascension energies. These energies will amplify the dominant mental and emotional states that you align yourself to. They will amplify conditions in your biology, conditions of health and conditions of disease can be amplified by these energies. One of the things I'd like you to consider too is that throughout human and planetary history, different life forms have come and gone, different ones. We can see it in the fossilized records, that there have been creatures that walk this earth, humans far taller and bigger than what you know today, that have lived in different civilizations throughout the manifestation of life on this planet. How is that possible? How have different life forms arisen on this planet? And what they're beginning to realize now is that the energy that comes in from the sun literally changes and alters and affects our DNA with cosmic radiation, with gamma rays, with X-rays, with ultraviolet rays. Those are just the ones that they know of offhand. The intensity of light particles that come to this planet. There are many different ways that this energy shifts and change life on this planet. It helps create or transform life from one state to another state. That's what this energy coming in is going to do for, and is doing for, the planet and all of us right now. So your dominant mental and emotional state, the thoughts that you think, are going to set the stage for how these energies are going to show up in your personal experience and in the world around you. And there's no human being exempt from this process. None of us. Nobody, nowhere, no matter how deep underground you go, there's aspects and bandwidths of frequency of this energy that will reach right through this planet. So it becomes very important then to consider what you allow yourself to think. When Master Jesus came to me this morning, he came with a very simple message. He said, what's important is what you allow your mind to think. It has been the challenge of humanity for time immemorial that what you think, you will experience, you will create. There is not much difference between what you believe and what you think. For what you think consistently enough will result in what you experience and believe. And you can change what you believe, and you can change what you think. But if you do not understand this, you might find yourself simply accepting what you believe without any thinking whatsoever. That is, you will choose not to evaluate what it is that you are going to allow your mind to think. This world was given for the purpose of realizing that you are one with the very source that gives this world to you to experience. That you are one with it and you are returning to it right now. If you consider the thinking in your mind, do so very carefully. Be very conscious. Be very deliberate. Be very thoughtful in observing what your mind is thinking. You may be disadvantaged by the ideas of thought that you currently harbor in your house, that you have invited or allowed ideas into your mind that may or may not be good guests to have within your house. If you understand that what you allow your mind to think creates what you believe, and that what you believe creates what you experience, just that understanding alone can give you the opportunity to begin to liberate yourself from being trapped in beliefs that do not serve you, as so many of you currently live in beliefs that do not serve you. While there have been advantage gained by many individuals that provide and furnish thoughts and ideas to others for the purpose of enslaving them, for making it difficult for you to know who you truly are, to their advantage, certainly not necessarily to yours, it still falls upon you to become aware and mindful of what you allow your mind to think and what you would allow others to encourage you to think. Stand fast and carefully at the threshold of the door of your consciousness. Let no thought, no idea pass through into your house that does not meet the approval of you. You are the one that must approve all that enters your house. If you do not perform this function, then that is no different than opening the doors to your house and allowing just anyone to come traipsing in, doing as they will. They may not understand the same things that you do. But you must become conscious of this. I cannot make you choose. You are already conscious, and therefore you are able to choose. What I can say to you is that you can and are able to watch what your mind thinks and determine what you will allow your mind to think, what you will give your life to. For when you give your life to a thought, you are giving life to a thought. When you give your attention to a belief, you are giving your life to a belief, and it will come to life because it is given to you to be able to emulate the Father, the Creator. You are made in the image and likeness of this. And so it becomes very important what you let your mind think and what you would let others to encourage you to let your mind think. All around you is what you think and what you believe. All around you. And while the effect of those beliefs may be a little distant at this time, they will eventually come to pass upon you if you do not change them. That is, what you believe and what you think will come to pass. It is the law. As you think, so it shall be. And yet you also have the other side of this, that you may change what you believe, and you shall change what you will have. And so you are not bound necessarily to reap the rewards of all of what you think, if you understand that you can change what you think, and therefore what you believe. As I said earlier, your thinking will create your believing, and your believing creates your experiences. Anywhere in that process, you are able and deliberately capable of changing what you think. If you are persistent in that process, you will begin to liberate yourself from what you believe if you change the thinking to another structure of information that is different than what you formerly were. Repeated thinking will create a belief. A belief will create your experiences. And more than any other time in your experiential history, you need to know this. You need to know that you can choose what you will allow your mind to think, or you may choose to allow your mind to think what others would tell you to think. Irrespective, whatever you choose to think upon, you shall come to believe and therefore experience. Be very mindful of the sources of which you will choose to allow your thinking to be governed by. For it is good also to find those who would think justly and righteously, lovingly, compassionately, and kindly, as the thinking on these things will create experiences that you would enjoy. But to dwell on those things, to think upon those things that would give you suffering and pain, they will not be so joyful. And still, in all of this, no matter where you think you are in your suffering or in your happiness, this principle remains the simple truth that what you think, so it shall be. That is the simplest truth. And you may grant others the authority to give you a thought. You may grant others the authority to give you a belief. And if you do so, you will become what you behold. And what you behold, you shall experience. But you always have choice. You always have the capacity to determine what you will allow your mind to think. Even if you believe that you are lost in the throes of despair, you can simply begin the deliberate and gentle process of choosing to think thought differently, to direct your mind to entertain thought that would be far more beneficial to you than the ones that would keep you in fear and despair. And be mindful of those who will give you such thoughts of fear and despair. Be mindful of those who would give you such thoughts as to distrust, to not love, to not honor and respect your neighbor. Be very mindful of those who will tell you that there is no God. Be mindful of those that would tell you that there are no rules in creation, for there are rules in creation. And you need to understand that there are rules, there are laws, there are practicalities that demonstrate that very specific actions and reactions will and do occur in the realm of creation, upon which thought stands. Thought is the source of your creation in this world, where love is the source of creation in mine. The thought, once understood and its quality accepted, will create experiences. You may choose a thought that will bring fear and suffering into your life, and you may bring a thought that will bring joy and happiness into your life. Either way, you will be exercising your right to create as was given to you to do so. Choose very carefully what you will allow your mind to think upon. In here and now, in this moment in which we are engaged in this communication, in this moment, there is no other thought than the moment of what is now. In this moment, you may choose a thought of your own choosing. You may nurture that thought, embrace that thought, indulge in that thought, and eventually experience it as the belief that it will become. And the change of thought can only occur in this moment. And you may choose to detract your attention from one thought to another. You may choose to lose yourself in thoughts that will not serve you, nor those you love. You may choose to believe certain things that will not serve you, nor those you love. The function of thinking in the energy of love is far more favorable to your experiential reality being what you would enjoy than the less favorable function of fearful thinking, angry thinking, judgmental thinking. There is a plan unfolding upon this world right now that transcends the thinking of any individual. There is a plan unfolding before your very eyes, and you get to participate in it. You have no choice. You are participating in the unfoldment of this plan, and that you have free will to decide what role you will play. And you are playing a role even now. The role that you are in, the experiences you have created, you have agreed to, and you may change as a function of your intentional will. What you would choose to allow your mind to think in any given moment is an act of intentional and deliberate creation, whether that thinking is good or bad. It does not matter the nature and quality of your thoughts, as each will follow the same process of manifestation. A good thought and a less good thought will create equally an experience that matches themselves. If you understand this, then you will realize that choosing what you will allow your mind to think is extremely important to be able to consciously and deliberately do. To defer what you would think to someone else is to surrender the authority granted to you of your own free will. That is, the authority of your own free will. That you would choose to accept or adopt thoughts or ideas from others, let them pass carefully before you, allow them into the chambers of your consciousness, into your ears, into your eyes. Make certain that whatever thoughts that you would receive are deserving of a place in your world. For what you will choose to accept in thought from others is the same as accepting a gift from them. And it becomes very important then that you understand that a gift need not be received if it is not a very good gift. Be very mindful of what thought you would accept from others. Thought repeated will create belief. Belief embraced creates your experience, what you call your life right now. Your misery or your joy are based in a belief that had its roots in thought. If a thought or a belief does not satisfy you, then rip it out by the roots. Take it out from your mind. Do not harbor thoughts in your house that would not please you. You must become very mindful of what I am saying for your sake. For I am already redeemed, and you are in the process of that redemption. If you are living in flesh and bone, then you're in the process of redemption. Redemption, from the perspective of which I speak, is the redemption to love, the end of suffering and fear. And this is based upon the foundation of what you will choose to think or not to think, what you will choose to believe or not believe. The very nature of your thoughts can be the savior of your own redemption. I simply came to provide the truth that could set you free, but I, in of myself, cannot redeem you as you must redeem yourself in love, as a function of what you would choose to allow your mind to think, and therefore what you will allow your mind to accept as belief. For what you believe, so it is, and so it shall be. In understanding what I'm saying, you have the opportunity to realize that only in this moment here can you make a choice of what you will think. Only now can you choose what you will think. If you choose to stay indulging upon the pains and sufferings of your past, if you continue to keep this moment filled with thoughts that do not serve you, then your suffering will continue. But please understand, the redemption comes in your thinking. You begin your redemption in what you will choose to think, recognizing its quality and recognizing that the function of thinking inevitably creates belief, and belief creates your experience of love and your experience of fear. It is very simple. It cannot be said any simpler than this. But it can be said in many ways. But it will always be as simple that what you think, so it shall be. What you believe, so it is. And this is the truth. Be mindful of what you will choose to allow your mind to think. And be even more vigilant what you would choose to accept as a thought from others. For even if you accept a thought into your house from another, that will influence and affect what you believe, and therefore what you experience. Then you may wish to consider being ever more diligent and aware of what it is you would choose to allow others to offer you in the form of ideas and information, as these are thoughts that will ultimately create what you believe if you indulge in them sufficiently enough. That is, you give them enough of your attention, then they shall become what you believe. And you can simply look around you at your existing conditions, and it will be very easy for you to discern what you are believing even now. If you are suffering, then you believe in suffering. If you are in joy, then you believe in joy. If you are prosperous, then you believe in prosperity. If you are in suffering and poverty, you believe you are in poverty. The great truth, as you believeth, so it shall be, and as you have believed, so it is. And you are free to change these at any time. And this is the way. And this is the truth. The way and the truth. As a man believeth in his heart, so he shall be. Guard carefully your temple gates, your eyes, your ears. Be very vigilant what you will allow to come into them. For what you allow to come into your house shall become a part of your house. But at any time you may say to the unwelcome guest, "Begone." You may say to unwelcome guests thoughts that do not serve you, ideas that do not serve you, beliefs that do not serve you. You may say, "Begone. Begone. That is not what I choose anymore." It is not lectures on your conduct or behavior that any of you need at this time. You simply need to understand the foundational truth upon which the experiential reality of your lives individually and collectively live upon. Yes, there is great evil and there is great good running rampant upon the face of your civilizations. It is occurring exponentially. It is happening faster and faster. As the quickening of energy, the intrusion of the Great Spirit comes ever deeper into this world, as the hosts of angels gathering around gather here, you will see there is a quickening. You have to take this opportunity to hear these words as they are, to not get caught up in the noise, the fear-mongering, the attacking, the fighting, and turn inward to your own mind. Become very careful of what you will let your mind think and what you will allow others to encourage you to think upon. For others will encourage you to think upon things that may not be good for you and what you believe. Because what you think upon, when you think upon it enough, you will surely come to believe. Be mindful, for there are many here that would have you believe such things that you should suffer, that you should believe such things that your brothers and sisters are your enemy, that you would believe that the color of one's skin determines your closeness to one another, that the beliefs in your social and political ideologies should separate and divide you. Such thoughts as these are not in alignment with the function of love that is natural to who you are. You are an extension of a great and infinite love. Each and every one of you is an extension of a great and infinite love. And that love is so profound that it allows you to choose what you will think and therefore believe and therefore experience. What greater love can there be than to allow you to create as you will, but not without the effect of experiencing what you create? For how could you learn to create if you do not understand what you create and the experiences that you're creating results in? Do you think the stars and the planets, the heavens above, the earth below, were created with such great ease? These things came from a very similar process of trial and error, of learning, much as you are doing right now. And you are on the same journey as that one creator that has produced all that you can see and hear and smell and touch and taste. And you are part of it, and you are free. You are free to create in it as you will by what you would choose to think and eventually what you will choose to believe. For what you shall think, eventually you shall believe. Even if it is not true, you can teach yourself to believe what is not true, and you can teach yourself to believe what is true. But each will have its own reward. Each will have its own experience for you. And if you believe in love as a certain function of biology, then your understanding of may be somewhat limited. If you believe in love as a function of an ever-giving source of upliftment and inspiration and creativity, you will have a very different experience. But you are free now to choose. You have heard this word today. Hold it in your heart that what you allow your mind to think, shall you think it enough times, you will come to believe, no matter what that thought is or how ridiculous it may be. For you have the power to change what you believe and experience and sow and reap the effects of such belief. You are right now, and you have been all along. And I've simply come here this day to put forth this one truth again, that you might have the opportunity to watch what you allow your mind to think, to watch very carefully what you allow your mind to think. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today, everybody. Listen to some, as I said, remember, today's a brand new day. Today is literally a brand new day, and you are in a brand new moment right now. I want to thank the energy of Master Jesus for coming to us today. It can't be put any simpler than that without unnecessary complexity, and it can't be any simpler than that. That what you will choose to allow your mind to think, if you allow your mind to think it enough times, it will become your belief. Can it not? How can it not be any simpler than that? It cannot. It's as simple as you can get it. What you think, so it shall be. I love that. It's the simplest thing. Good morning. Hello, Dion. Hello, Patricia. Hi, guys. Hi, Susan. Good to see you today. Now, questions. I have a question from somebody on Patreon here, on PayPal here. It's a question from, I just gotta wait until the device comes up. Here we go. Thank you so much. I got a question from Shannon Williamson. Question on TikTok. Are there any angels, guides, or energies that step forward for me with a message? Yes, Shannon, the message I get is it's go about the next days in deliberate gentleness. Go about the next days in deliberate gentleness. Oh, I get that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Go about the next days in deliberate gentleness. It's going to really help you. Yeah, they're saying to me you want to get to a forest. You want to get to a forest in this gentleness. And just go through the forest in that energy. I'm just told that you will experience what you requested in that place. That you'll experience what you requested in that place. Thank you. Good morning. Hi, Joy. Good morning to you. Good morning, Natalie. Hello from Toronto. Good to see you. Joy saying, I woke early, watched the sunrise, and feel extremely grateful. That's beautiful, Joy. Thank you for sharing that message. It is, what living in the present moment is so important. Most of us live in the past, present all the time, where most people are living in your past, in the present, or you're living in a future past, right? You've had bad experiences and you anticipate they might happen again. So you're either depressed about the bad experience or you're anxious it might happen again. That's how most people are living. They've had a bad experience. They're afraid it might happen again. So it's depression, anxiety, past, future, right? My guardian angel John told me that. I said, depression is a function of being stuck in your past. Anxiety is a function of being stuck in a possible future based on your past. That's pretty simple stuff to consider, isn't it? Question from Drusilla. Do we have to be perfect to be redeemed? He says, absolutely not. You simply have to have the willingness. You have the willingness to begin to be mindful of watching what you will allow your mind to think. Your intention will be felt and understood. Redemption comes about in the transformation of what you do with your mind. What you allow in your mind. Your house will become pure by what you hold in your mind, as equally as it will become less pure by what you hold in your mind. Perfection is no such thing as perfection, because everything is always changing and you will always be changing. But the willingness to choose carefully what you will put in your mind. Put love in your mind. Put gratitude. Put patience. Put compassion. Put creativity. Put these in your mind and the thoughts of these in your mind. And you shall find yourself in a state of redemption. Redemption ultimately is the state of well-being that naturally occurs when you are mindful enough as to what you will let your mind think upon. Redemption occurs when what you think upon is good. You shall be redeemed in that. Wow, great question, Drusilla. Hi, guys. So simple but powerful. It sure is. Thank you so much, Starter Pack. Thank you so much for that. Those gifts, really appreciate it. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Love that. Hello, Philly. Will I get good news about my career? I'm being told to tell you, are you open? Are you open to receiving good news, or are you still anticipating that you might not receive good news? It's important to make the distinction. Are you open to receiving the good news, or are you still open to receiving the bad news? Which are you open to? You must choose. I am open to receiving. the good news, but you may equally be open to receiving the not so good news. What will you choose? As I have said, what you will choose to allow your mind to think, when you allow your mind to think it enough, it will become what you believe and will become what you experience. It is this simple. It is this simple. What you believe in your heart comes from what you think in your mind enough times that you believe it in your heart. So what would you believe? What would you believe? What do you think is what you believe? Wow, thank you. Great question. Hi, guys. Thank you for that, Philly. Appreciate that. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. We don't need protection here. We need love, and we need compassion, and we need kindness. And even those people that are haters and angry and frustrated, that's a call for love. That's what I'm told all the time. Every human interaction consists of one of two things, either a call for love or an extension of love. Every human behavior is either that's a call for love or an extension of love. You can't do anything else. You're either going to give love or you're going to want love. And every human interaction is either a call for love or an extension of love, right? Anger is a call for love. Fear is a call for love. Confusion is a call for love, right? A lot of people are calling for love today. That's why so many angels and guides are descending on this planet. So many of you are calling for love. And love is a form of truth and wisdom and knowledge. Love is the wisdom and truth that will guide you in a better way. And a lot of people come. When you're angry, you're in pain. If you're angry, you're in pain. I don't care what you say. If you're angry, you are in pain. You're calling for love, right? Simple and easy. Hi, Kalvesha. What do you see for me in love life? I see that you need to release your fear around it. You cannot continue to allow your past experience to be the model for what's going to happen next. If you've had bad experiences in love, don't let that be the only possibility that you keep in your mind. You keep holding on to these past experiences and concerned that it's going to happen again. You need to get into the idea, understand the thinking, as Master Jesus was saying earlier. Get into the thinking that there is a beautiful and wondrous love for you. There is a beautiful and wondrous love for you to experience. There really is. And when you get into the thinking of that, eventually it will become a belief, because what you think repetitively becomes what you believe. And he also said, remember, be careful what others would suggest that you think. Watch what other people tell you to think and believe, because it will affect you as your own thinking can. It really does. Hi, Daniela. Good to see you. Yes, use your discernment. Thank you for saying that. Someone's saying, do you have a message for me? I am a bit lost. Hi, Kano. Yeah, that feeling, remember, every emotion, this is what they teach us. Every emotion has a place that lives in your body. That feeling of feeling lost is an emotion that lives in your body right now. And you need to actually go to that part that feels lost. You actually need to get in touch with the part that's inside you, because you're very aware of it, because you're feeling it. If you're feeling it, you're aware of it. And if you're feeling that part that's lost, you now have a connection to it, and you can change how it functions by the way you're connecting to that feeling. So do this right now. Turn to that feeling that's feeling lost and speak and think these words, that part that's lost. I am with you and I will not abandon you. Just think those thoughts to that feeling of loss or feeling lost. I am with you. I will not abandon you. And I will not forsake you. And be aware of how it reacts and responds to you. Because it will react and respond to you. Right? Because you're now dealing with a belief. The belief is I'm lost. The belief of I'm lost came from a bunch of thoughts you have about your life. People don't care about me. I don't know what your feelings, what your thoughts are. But whatever your thoughts are, that feeling of loss is the belief that you've created. So you now have to give new thought to the old belief to change it. So when you say to it, that feeling that's lost, I am with you. I will not abandon you. You stay in that energy and feel how the energy of that feeling of loss is affected, and then share your experience. Share what you felt, what happened for you when you did that, so that other people get a chance to know what the effect of such a function towards your own suffering can do. You are your own healer. Yeah, what you think, so it shall be. That's very true. Hi, am I currently pregnant? Yes and no. And I know it sounds very strange, but there's a decision-making process that you're engaged in right now, you and the person who's going to be the father. There's a thinking process that's you are both in right now. The decision hasn't been made, and it has to be made by both of you that this is what you want, because that soul that's coming into you wants to be sure that he's going to have a stable environment in which to be raised, right? Very, very important. The souls know, souls come, they have a choice. You still have choice. When you're not a physical being, you still have choice. So be mindful of that. The choice has not been completely made yet. Because you're asking the question, for starters, right? You have uncertainty. If you have uncertainty, that's not something that this soul wants to experience. So be very clear about whether or not you want to have this child, this soul come into your life, right? Because remember, children come into your experience because you've called them. On some level, you've called them into your experience. And you have the opportunity then to be a guardian for another soul that's here to function divinely and learn their purpose here in this dimension. But yeah, it's a yes and a no. So you have to make that decision. Hi, from Scotland. Good to have somebody from Scotland here today. Wonderful. Hi there. Good to see you. I got to learn how to make the font bigger on TikTok. Hi from South Africa. Hello, South Africa. Hi from California. Hi, wonderful. Great place. Hi from Germany. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody here. Hi there. Yeah, remember, if you have a question, I won't get to all the questions. If you really do have a question, use the super chat feature in YouTube or the Linktree link in my TikTok bio, and you can send a question to me directly if you want it to get answered today. I have my my system open so I can get your questions for you right away. There we go. Let's see, we got a question from Danielle Riverin. Hello, Danielle. Why elite as Illuminati trying to recruit me? What about this group? What are they? I'm being very guarded here. I'm being told to be very guarded here about what I say, but I'll say this to you, Daniela. Be mindful of what thoughts you will allow your mind to think. For what you think consistently enough will become what you believe, and what you believe will become what you experience. And what you are experiencing is what you believed. That's what he says. Listen to what he says about that. But if you're asking me to tune into that group, I get a strong pullback from them. I would recommend pulling back from them, right? I get a strong pullback from that. Yes, I know. Golden Child is asking, I've been burning a pillar candle off and on for a few days. I woke up this morning and there are solid black things that look like pepper floating in the melted wax. Never seen this before. Meaning, again, I'll put my personal side, just tune in. That you're pulling out the impurities. You're pulling out the impurities from the air around you, and the candle is attracting those particles of impurity into the water, into the wax. So it's encapsulating those lower vibrational impurities from the space around you into there. Part of me, the William part of me says, this could be nanotechnology that's being distributed by the candle. That's what my William brain says. But what they're saying is, no, the candle's actually drawing impurities out of the air around you. And I tend to believe them more than I believe my personal thinking, because they certainly know a lot more than I do about all of this. Yeah, hello. Hi, Ashley. Ashley says, can I have a message, please? Yeah, Ashley, there's this male, tall, dark male energy coming forward. I'm seeing him like he's wearing a top hat, a very formal suit. He's very dark skinned. And he's he's saying the words, I'm in the money. I'm in the money. That song, I'm in the money. I don't know if you ever heard it before. I'm in the money. He's singing that song. That's the message that he wants to communicate. Like, it's a very fine outfit, top hat, the full tuxedo suit. He's got the black hand cane in his hand, and he's just tall, and he's got a big smile on his face. And he's just singing that song, I'm in the money. So let us know what that means for you. Very, very interesting. Thank you so much for that. Can I connect with your friend that passed? Who's asking this? This is yeah, he said stop worrying. He said stop worrying. He says I'm actually feeling better off now. I'm actually feeling better off now. But I'm going to come back. And I don't know, but he's actually sending a picture of a heart, like a heart that's red. It's got a yellow perimeter, and it's got this arrow through it, like a symbol of love. But he's coming back. He says, I'm coming back. It's funny. I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, man. I'll be back. He's coming back. You're very welcome. Hi, guys. Bree's asking, can I have a message for today? Thank you. Yeah, Bree, go out and ground. Get out and do some grounding today. There's going to be a special event happen for you. Just go and ground. Get your feet on the bare ground somewhere, right? Get your feet on the bare ground. If you can't get on the bare ground, if you're in a cold temperature, get into a hot bath with lots of Epsom salts in it. But you need to ground for at least 25 minutes today. Just be in the energy of that. They're saying allow the inspiration to come in through the crown. Allow it to come down into you, to descend into you. I like that. That's cool. Thank you, Bree. Nice question. Joseph is asking me, how do I think in terms of energy? How do I think in terms of energy? How do I think, or how do they think? What I think, if you're asking Master Jesus, he doesn't think in those terms. He says he thinks in terms of being. That being is not bound by a localized point of time and space as you think things are. You think and believe that things are separate and differentiated. I recognize that is one great unified being, and that is the energy. Wow. Thank you, Joseph. Someone's asking, can we manifest abundance, or it depends on our spiritual contract? Anyone can master abundance. Anybody can learn how to create abundance. And you will be given plenty of opportunities. If you're struggling financially, it's because you have a belief. Listen, what he said earlier, what you believe in your heart becomes your experience. He said that several times. What we believe in our heart becomes our experience. And we get our beliefs by what we think enough times. When you think something enough times, it becomes a belief. The belief becomes the function that creates your experiences. And what you're experiencing is your beliefs. He says the challenge that you face is executing the process of changing the belief by changing your thinking consistently and persistently enough so that you get the experience of a new belief because of the new thinking. Belief and thinking are contingent upon one another. If the thinking is not sustained, then the belief cannot be maintained. So yes, you may certainly create your abundance. Any of you may do so. Question from Daniela. Thank you for the super chat, Daniela. I appreciate that. Daniela, I saw a couple of overseas IP addresses next to the web developer's name. Should I be guarded for the sake of my personal information? Yes, I get a strong yes for that. Be mindful of what personal information you're going to give away like that. You are right to be mindful of this. Be very mindful of this. There are alternative ways that the transaction can be completed to the satisfaction of all parties, in particularly yourself. But you do know that when you have such a concern, it is good to pay attention because you have learned to be very mindful in these misuse of money. I love that. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Amen. Someone says, why do I believe that hoarding serves me? Hi, Jackie. Thank you for the question. Because you do. It's quite simply because you choose to believe that. Although you have another belief that says I shouldn't do that. Yeah. I've got this female energy coming in. She's a strong female energy. She's just appearing as like this yellow haze of energy, but I can feel that she's female. And she says, yes. She says to put your house in order. This is not necessary anymore. Yeah. It's something you have to choose to change, Jackie. But there's nothing wrong with having a lot, but it's much nicer than when what you have is shared with others. It somehow makes what you have a little bit different when you get to share it with others. But if I go right into your psyche, if I tune right into you, Jackie, I get simply that you're afraid. That you're afraid on one level and think you're being prepared on the other. You know, if you really want to do something, start growing your own food. Like focus on growing your own food. Make that a substitute. Like learn to grow your own food, Jackie. Grow your own food. That's coming through really strong right now. Grow your own food. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that wonderful heart. Congratulations. Thank you for the badges, the gifts. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm watching very carefully what I am allowing my mind to think. Very good. Keep doing that. So important. It's true. As we think, so it shall be. But you're thinking, he says, our thinking has to be, if your thinking is consistent and persistent enough, then it will create a belief. If you think the same thought enough times, you go really into it, it's eventually going to create the belief. And when the belief is created, it starts to produce effects, right? Once the belief, and you can sometimes get proof that the belief is, you're thinking about being wealthy. I want to be wealthy. I want to be prosperous and have so much money and be traveling the world and doing these things. And all of a sudden you might get a sudden windfall. You'll know when your thinking is transitioning into belief, because things will start to happen in your experience. His exact words were, your thinking repeated sufficiently becomes your believing, and your believing becomes your experience. So once you start to experience those little events, maybe you start finding change everywhere. I don't know what your belief want to be. Maybe you're wanting to have more love in your life, but you're thinking something, I'm going to attract the most beautiful and wonderful person into my experience, and I'm going to feel this way. And you're thinking about it is, you become almost obsessive about that thinking, and that thinking becomes a belief, and the belief will create the experience. Suddenly you start meeting people, bumping into people, things start to happen. You'll know when the thought is in the transition of becoming a belief, because experiences will start to happen that are similar to the thought. And then the more you think the thought, and the more you get into the ideas of the thought, the more those things will start to happen. And when it becomes a belief, then it just becomes your normal way. It becomes an ongoing way. Thank you for that super chat, Amanda. For the people who think my new path of love is crazy, do I just send them love as they speak, or are they people I need to distance myself from? Great question, Amanda. You don't have to distance yourself from them. That will happen naturally. Do not compromise your love. Do not compromise your love. Do not compromise your love. But do not compromise theirs by judgment either. Do not compromise theirs by judgment. Do not judge them harshly, but have compassion for them that do not understand. Forgive them, for they do not know. But you're ultimately going to find, yeah, I know. Sorry, he's just saying, you're going to ultimately find that the people that do not honor your path will just leave your life. They will not be a part of your life. You will just naturally go in different directions. You don't have to force it. You don't have to make it happen. Because you'll start to align to more people that are on your path. And as that starts happening, you start to find freedom. Thank you so much for that. Drusilla, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I love you too. I really, really do. AP's asking, will my travel YouTube be successful? Yes, it will, as long as you're in the energy of it. Stay with the energy that comes from the thinking that you allow your mind to do. Stay. So you're thinking, the statement, your question has a question mark. Remove the question mark and make it a statement. Make your question a statement. Will my travel YouTube be successful? Change it to, my YouTube travel will be successful. Feel the difference in the energy of the one thought. Feel the energy of the question. Look at your question again. I'll read it to you. Will my travel YouTube be successful? Versus, my YouTube travel will be successful. Feel the difference when one is a statement and one is a question. Feel the difference in the energy. And if you can feel the difference in the energy of the thought, you can feel which thought is going to be more beneficial to you. So let yourself feel the energy, because anybody can do this. Any one of you can do this. You can be aware of the thought and what the energy to a thought is. If you're yelling at people, what is the energy of that thought? It's not pleasant, right? If you're judging and attacking people, the energy of that thought is not pleasant. It's not. It gives you the illusion of feeling good, but anger harms your body. Did you know that? Anger harms your body. Anyway, watch your thoughts. The way you put them together is very important. Question from Lisa. Any message from Debbie today, please? Thank you. Hang on. I don't know. Can you? I'm getting this dancing. Some of it, dancing it up, dancing it up, dancing it up. Hit the floor. Go dance. Get out and dance. Dance it up. Dance it up. The space is there. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. She's saying that there's more for you. There's more for you. But go dance it up. She loved dancing with you. Go dance it up. Dance it up. She would like that. we go. Hey, good afternoon. Got any advice for my future? Who's this? Josley. Hi, Josley. Good afternoon. Do I have any advice for your future? Yeah, literally envision your life the way you would love it to be. Spend 15 minutes every day envisioning your life the way you'd like it to be, and get really connected to the sensations that you create when you do that. When you envision a new future for yourself right now, and that envisionment creates good feelings in your body, you're in the process of creating a new belief. So envision a really beautiful life for yourself and really get engaged in the energy of what that envisionment is. One of our students, we have we have many different assignments we give students to do. They give us all kinds of assignments in the masterclass about what to do to change our thoughts, to change our beliefs, to connect to guides, to connect to angels. Very simple, practical things that you can learn to do. One of those things they give us to do, of many, is to go around and look at everything that gives you joy throughout the day. Only focus on things throughout the day that you see. The bird gives me joy. The laughter of the child gives me joy. The sun gives me joy. You start to look at everything that gives you joy. And they say when you do that, you begin to shift your energy into joy. And you can literally walk around and only look at things that give you joy so that you learn to generate that energy, right? People need to learn how to create different energy in themselves. Remember, you can come and experience the energy of the Ascended Masters teaching you directly in our Masterclass series. We have our upcoming Masterclass 101. It's a 3-week program where you get a chance to sit in the presence of the Ascended Masters. I channel their information through me. They'll give you practical knowledge, wisdom, and a function of meditation that will teach you how to shift and regain authority over your mind and body. You'll also learn simple step-by-step processes of how you can actually begin to perceive your guides, your angels, your Ascended Masters, connect to loved ones. You can learn to shift your perceptual apparatus so that you can perceive and observe those that you need to learn from. Actually connect to their energy. You'll learn the different various tools that you can employ in learning how to open up your clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. The masterclass begins in just a little bit over than a month. So you're going to want to sign up now. Reserve your spot. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out our masterclass series there in the shop or under the services that we offer. The course is very inexpensive. For all 3 weeks, it's only $199 US. It's $99 if you're a repeat student. And it's our Masterclass 101 called Awakening, which is exactly what it is. It's the beginning of awakening. And you'll be delighted because we witness many people coming into the program when they start to experience the lessons and the meditations that the masters take them through, that they go through profound life-changing shifts in their consciousness. We also have a wonderful food component where we have an instructor that's got over 20 years experience, Rita Mustafa, in working with special foods that you can eat to raise the vibration of your body. Because one of the things they tell us is that raising the vibration of your body, your emotions, and your mind are very important in the process of ascension and learning to shift and change what your life experience is going to be. So I encourage you to go sign up today. Reserve your spot now. Hi there. Good to see you. Got a question from Adam. Question for Pan. Was there a reason why this girl at the gym pretended I did not exist when I came in close proximity to her? Did she pick up on things that I did not want her to know, or another reason? Again, I immediately get that there's a lot of fear in that person about what the meaning of a man approaching her in a gym means to her that you do not know of. She did not pick up any of your psychic energy. She did not pick up any of those other things that you perceive, but she certainly was reacting to her own perceptions about what she thought it meant when you came into her space. So she got caught and stuck in that perception. So she could not reach out to you beyond the limitations of her own belief. Because that's what happens to a lot of people now. You get into a belief about something, it's going to restrict you or allow you or enable you to do or not do certain things, to experience or not experience certain things. If you do not learn to question what your beliefs are, you're not going to learn to change your life. And yeah, that was a real possibility there, Adam. But again, you can't be responsible for what other people are going to choose to have in their minds about their limiting beliefs. But no, there was nothing that she picked up from you other than her own fear blocked her from what she could have felt from you, right? Because she would have experienced you very differently if she didn't have her own fear in the way. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Thank you. Wonderful. I'm glad you do resonate. Hi there. Good morning, Mary. Hi there, TikTok family. How you doing? Look at you guys. Look at you guys ringing the hearts. Remember, subscribe, like, share, give the video a thumbs up. Do what you can to bring the image. It's 111. Do what you can to bring the algorithm's awareness up higher so this information gets out to more people. People need to know this is the time of ascension. Literally, in biblical terminology, in Christian mythology, it's called, we're going into what they call, I think they call it the Battle of Armageddon, which is not a real battle where fire and brimstone are going to rain down on planet. It's not. It's the battle of awakening. It's an ascension process where those that can be of the right consciousness are going to be able to elevate themselves to another dimensional perception of reality than the one we currently exist in. But in Christian mythology, it's called we're getting to the end times, but we're actually going to the beginning times of something else. But remember that. Good morning. Do my angels have a message for me? How to approach the next 5 months? They're saying very, very gently, very patiently, and throw in a whole bunch of excitement. Throw in a whole bunch of excitement. Yeah. Whoever this is, you're in for a real shift, but go into it gently. There's going to be a whole bunch of excitement coming into your life in these next 5 months. Remember to stay grounded. Electrically reconnect your body to the earth every day for at least 15 minutes. Go out and get your body connected to the earth in some way directly. Standing on the ground in rubber-soled shoes will not ground you. You need to be directly in connection with the earth, either your hands or your feet or your whole body, but you need to directly connect to the earth. Grounding will be very important for you as these energies start to enter your life, right? Grounding is going to become very, very important. Hi, Norma. Thank you so much. Thank you, Drusilla. Do my angels have a message for me for the next 4 months? That was 5. Someone's asking, will I be in relationship this year? They're laughing and saying, you already are in relationship. Are you asking for a special relationship? That is different because you have many relationships. If you're asking for a special relationship, be clear and precise about that request because you are already in relationship. If you're asking for a special relationship, then be very energetically clear. I am attracting into my realm, into my world, into my experience, a special relationship. Be very clear about your intention so that it can be fulfilled. But you are already in relationship. You must redefine the special relationship versus the ones you currently have. Right? That's funny. That's good. I like that. uh, It's funny, Mary. I'm seeing your question about any message from Master Jesus, and what I'm getting to tell you is really important. Sage, using sage. He's saying purification. Purification is really important for you right now. Purification in anything you're going to do, any of your endeavors, use sage for purification in initiating all these functions. And I know you have things like a radio show, a podcast that you run. Before you start your show, do a little bit of saging. Anything you're going to do that's towards your purpose and your function, he's saying use sage. Purification is very important. He says it's not the only thing you can use for purification, but it is the most available one for you. Elements, he says, elements like frankincense can also be used for purification. But he's saying those words like purification, understanding the vibration of purification. Not that it means that you have to be perfect, as that is not attainable, but purification is. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you, Mary, for asking that question. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Hi. Hello, I'm currently looking for a job. Do you see anything within these 2 months for me? Who is this? Hi there. Just trying to see your name here. Jazzy. Hey, Jazzy. Yeah, these biological eyes aren't the same as they were 20 years ago. But Jazzy, if I tune into your energy, that fear energy that you've got stored in your body, that fear that you're holding on in your body, it needs to be transmuted. You need to transmute that feeling of fear and uncertainty that lives in your body. And there's a simple way to do that. There are other elements that are blocking you from getting the job that you really want to, because looking for work is different than finding something you would love to do, right? And that's why it's kind of blocked right now, because you would really be wanting to do what you love rather than just doing a job. Again, if you have a chance, I would consider booking a one-on-one session with me. Go to my website, William Michael Forbes, and book a reading with me, private reading, and get more of the information about what you need to do to actualize that. And again, it's important. Okay. So remember what Master Jesus said earlier. He said, what you think and what you think enough times will eventually become a belief. And then what you believe will become your experience. Right. So again, that you are dealing with a belief. That's the experience of this energy you're holding in there, is a belief that you can't have what you want. And you need to change that belief. And you change that belief by beginning the process of monitoring what you will allow your mind to think. What you will allow your mind to think, what thoughts you will allow in your mind. Anybody can do this. Yeah, he says there's no specialness when it comes to who can think and choose what they would think. Everyone of you is capable of choosing what you will let your mind think or what you will not let your mind think. Every one of you is capable of this. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Do my guides have any advice on direction I should take in my current journey? I'm just getting this giant feather quill pen. Remember, they used to have those pens they would dip in ink. Those feathers, they would dip it in ink and they would write. And I'm getting that, like, really put something to paper. You have to write stuff down. There's things you need to write. This is fine. This is fine to write. It's important you start to write stuff down, right? But it's this big white giant feather I'm being shown. And again, it's coming onto paper with ink, like a quill. They used to call them quill. I think they used to call them writing quills, I guess. But you need to start writing is the strong message I'm getting for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Should I call the love of my life or let him call me? I feel his energy. Well, if he's the love of your life, why wouldn't you call him? That's just simple common sense from me personally. Why would you hesitate? Why would you hesitate in love? Love does not hesitate. Love does not hesitate. Love does not hesitate. You're welcome, Mary. Should I stay? Sonia's asking, is that Sonia? Oh, Sprite. Hi, Sprite. Should I stay in the marriage? This is a good question. And yes, I will. So one of the things you want to consider is, what is it in the relationship that is blocking the flow of love? Because I get there's a strong love in this relationship between both of you, but that there's like this wall that's been built up between the two of you, and neither one of you know how to take it down. And I'm getting very strongly that, yes, you need to find a counselor who understands communication. Someone who understands communication. And you must both be willing to explore different ways of communicating with each other. Because the ways in which you're communicating now are neither fulfilling nor satisfying for either one of you. And both of you are desperately on the last vestiges of the love. If you do not take action soon, then there will be another journey beginning. But understand that you have this opportunity that you must choose to both engage in the function of learning alternative ways of communicating with each other than the ways that you've been communicating with each other that have built these walls slowly between the two of you. Wow. Thank you. Great question. Good answer. Hello, Colorado. Hello, Ohio. Good to see you. Love that. Someone's asking, is my husband lying about something very, very important? I'm getting that, not that he's lying, but that he's afraid to reveal. He's afraid to reveal, which is being perceived as lying. He's not sure. He's got himself. I'm hearing his higher self saying he's got himself into it, but he doesn't know how to get himself out of it. That's what I'm hearing. You need to let him know that no matter what it is, you're not afraid to hear it. Because if you really love your husband, then you'll have absolutely no fear about the truth. Because sometimes the people can say and do things that are really crappy that they regret doing, right? And you really want to create a space where there can be some level of openness, even if it's going to hurt you a little bit, even if it's going to hurt him a little bit. Thank you. Drusilla's asking, is a grounding mat okay? Yes, grounding mats can be okay. Absolutely. I personally prefer going out and putting my feet right on the ground, or my feet in the waters, or my body up against a tree. These are the best ways of electrically reconnecting the body to the natural organic flow of the earth. Your body comes from the earth. Your physical body is a product of the earth. Your mind is a product of the earth, and your soul is a product of the divine. But your body needs to electrically reconnect to the earth at regular intervals. It needs to do that. It needs to do that. Drusilla, if you like, why don't you use the grounding mat for a week, and then go out and use the ground for a week. I think you might have winter where you are right now, so it might be too cold to put your feet on the ground. But put your hands on a tree. But do each for a week and see what the difference is in your energy, and then share that result with us. But my guardian angel John says it's better for me in this body to connect directly to the earth. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hi guys, welcome. Good morning from Saskatoon. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday. Do you see or read anything for you? Well, happy birthday to you for sure. I don't know why I'm being shown. I'm being shown like this cob of, being shown a big cob of corn, and some woman is standing in a doorway and she's holding this cob of corn out to you. Am I reading this right? Am I getting this right? I don't know who she is, but she's looking out the door in this. It's like she's trying to reach out to you. Am I into cob, corn? I'm just trying to get to what she's really articulating. Yeah, this door, but the door she's in, the door's wide open, and she's standing in it, and she's smiling, she's happy, she's giving this to you. So again, I'm perceiving that to mean that someone is about to give you something that you really, really need. And that's just the way my physical apparatus, my mental apparatus interprets that vibration from that request. That's the way it's presented to me. But this person is standing in a doorway. The door is wide open, and they're reaching out with this. It's a cob of corn in their hand, but that doesn't necessarily mean what it actually is. But that's the symbolic meaning of it, that there's an individual about to extend something out to you from, again, and it's coming through an open door. So, and I get there's a lot of happiness and joy connected to this that you're going to receive, what this person's going to offer you today, right? Wonderful. Please let us know when you come back on the live show. Let us know what that was. Hi guys. Happy birthday for sure. Thank you so much. How do I think in question, how do I think in terms of energy? Well, I don't know how you think in terms of energy, but if I ask them what do they mean in terms of thinking about energy? Thinking reorganizes energy. Thinking reorganizes energy. Thinking reorganizes energy. I think I got, oh, coolio. Here we are. I got time for 2 more questions. Let's see, we'll take one from TikTok. Thanks for the badges. Really appreciate it, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, share, get this information out to other people. A message from your brother. I'm getting a message from your brother. He's saying sporty spice. I don't know what that means for you, but he's just saying to tell her sporty spice. So I'll just tell you that sporty spice. That's what he's telling me to tell you, sporty spice. Let us know what that means to you. Yeah, if you want to book a reading with me, please go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, or use the Linktree link in my TikTok bio. You can book a reading there. And remember, if you want to really learn how to connect your guides and your angels, our upcoming masterclass 101 called Awakening begins March the 9th. It's a 3-week program where you will learn step-by-step method for connecting to your guides and your angels. You'll learn how to improve your health by changing some of the ways in which you eat. You'll have the opportunity to learn directly from ascended masters who will give you like a 1-hour lesson and then a meditation process that you will actually begin to evolve your consciousness up through their wisdom and their knowledge. I better check to make sure nobody else has a question, because if you got a private question, you can also use the PayPal link in my TikTok bio to ask a personal question. Thank you so much for that. We're good to go. Well, everyone, I want to say thank you. Got one more question here. Okay, promise. Someone sums, I am Judah. Question, does Jesus have a message for me, please? The first words that came to my mind were to tell you, be still and know I am. Be still and know. And he wants me to add who I am. Be still and know who I am. That's a wonderful statement to consider. I want to thank all of you for coming out today. I look forward to seeing you on our live event this Wednesday at 10 a.m. on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, Shortcuts for Your Soul. And my patrons, I look forward to seeing you this Wednesday at 7 p.m. We have the energy of Lord Maitreya, Master Maitreya to me, and he's going to be, discussing do not stay asleep. That's going to be the message. So my Patreon's only live event this Wednesday, February 7th, 7 p.m. And Master Maitreya and the subject and meditation will be on do not stay asleep. Thank you so much for that. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. Thank you for all your support, your love, your kindness, your patience, your compassion. And remember, if you've got a question that did not get answered today, you can use the PayPal link in my Linktree link under any of my videos or on my TikTok bio, and you can submit a question to me directly. And Shannon, thank you for the question you submitted. Your answer came out in the beginning of this live event. If you want, I can send you a copy of it. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see all of you on Wednesday. Bye for now.